the $350 million increase is not a matter that affects New York alone. It affects the country, and it represents, in our judgment, an increase of about $1.5 billion in one of the very critical essential services. So I would hope that the court would take into very careful consideration the impact, the law, the spirit of the law, the character of the proceedings, and would take certain actions. They obviously would have a range of actions that they could take, including a rollback if the court saw fit.
Well, in the research you've done, do you have any dollar figure on what you figure would be equitable for New York Television?
No, I do not. And I don't think it's really proper for me to try and develop that figure. It is clear to me, however, that 26% is 10 times the guidelines, way beyond what the senior citizen or the middle-income family can afford. And
Congressman, you say that the Price Commission and the phone company engaged in secret negotiations. You want to tell us how you found this out?
Yes. This was in an affidavit that was presented in court. I believe a copy of the affidavit is present, but it's the statement of the principal lobbyist for the New York Telephone Company as to the nature of his meetings, which were not procedural but were clearly substantive and dealt with both the form of the submission and quite clearly with the fact that the Commission at the staff level was not going to oppose or even initially look into it. And when I testified before the hearings of the Federal Price Commission, which incidentally do not, in my judgment, satisfy the requirement in the Economic Stabilization Act of formal hearings, partly because the announcement very specifically said the Price Commission chairman also emphasized that public hearings will not involve individual cases and that participants will be limited to representatives of industry and consumer groups. That clearly conflicts with the law passed by the Congress, which said to the maximum extent possible, the President or his delegate shall conduct formal hearings for the purpose of hearing arguments on wages, prices, rents, etc. But the affidavit of Mr. Froelich, I think, is quite clear, and I believe there's a copy of this present, as to the character of those secret discussions. And it looks pretty clear to me that the public at no point has really been invited in anywhere near the same degree that the phone company apparently had free and easy access.
Will you file this action in federal court?
Want me to start on it now?
You ready to go? Go.
Right, note, we've done a little look-see at part of the legal questions about ex parte proceedings. And the courts have held that one of the fundamental premises inherent in the concept of an adversary hearing is that neither adversary be permitted to engage in an ex parte communication or have any confidence in fairness of the government. And if this administration or if government generally doesn't understand that, I think they're grossly misreading the sense of outrage that characterizes the public today. They just don't feel government relates to their problems. They frequently feel that government is totally unfair. And what we're trying to flag here is the whole question of fairness and character and integrity in government. And if we lose that, we have lost a very great deal, it seems to me.
What you're saying is contrary to what it says in the company's own handout here.
Yes.
That their conduct...
I just think it's inexcusable.
Who were the individuals involved in these secret proceedings?
Well, let me get the affidavit. We detail this whole thing in a little brief to the Federal Price Commission, quite a few pages. The The affidavit is here in the room with them. I think it's part of the record of ITT before the Federal Price Commission and others.
Plan to do that?
We plan to do that. I don't think any of us be concerned if this was solely an isolated case. It's not. It clearly is a pattern of undue influence by big business and government, wherein the public is just not represented and clearly is not protected. And it's contrary to statute and totally contrary to any concept of American fairness. Thank you very much.